Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. What about others? Okay, that's good. Actually, there was some problem. Now it's been resolved. So let's start our session now. Let me load the content first. So now you all are familiar with Java programming because we have discussed in previous subject, that is CS 140. Now we will be dealing with more advanced concepts of Java programming, and in this case today we will be discussing interfaces. This is a very important concept of Java programming language, and this is completely new concept for you. So first of all, let us discuss what is an interface. Okay, I'll give you an example first. See, suppose there are a number of situations in software engineering when it is important for disparate groups of programmers to agree to a contract that spells out how their software interacts. So each group should be able to write their code without any knowledge of how the other group's code is written. So generally speaking, you can say interfaces are such contracts. For example, imagine a society where computer-controlled robotic cars transport passengers through city streets without a human operator. So automobile manufacturers write softwares, of course we are talking about Java, so in this case Java, that operates the automobile. So they will perform operations like stop, start, accelerate, turn left, and so forth. Another industrial group, electronic guidance instrument manufacturers, make computer systems that receive GPS, that is Global Positioning System, which position data and wireless transmission of traffic conditions and use that information to drive the car. Now the automobile manufacturers must publish an industry standard interface that spells out in detail what methods can be invoked to make the car move, any car from any manufacturer. So the guidance manufacturers can then write software that invokes the methods described in the interface to command the car. Neither industrial group needs to know how the other group's software is implemented. In fact, each group considers its software highly proprietary and reserves the right to modify it anytime as long as it continues to adhere to the published interface. Not clear. Okay. See, when we are talking about interface, you can, in general, means whenever you are writing any simple program in Java, you may not use interface. You will think of it about need of use. When we are building larger system, suppose a library which keeps on evolving, it is good idea to use interface. Okay, I will give you an example. Let's take new page. Voice is not clear. What about others? Others can, for others, the same problem? Okay, voice is not clear. Let me check. Now it's okay? Is it clear now? Is it clear now? I still see problem. Little bit. Yes, it's clear. Too noisy. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Now voice is clear? Is it clear now? Without any noise? Okay, good. See, this we have just 15 minutes, okay, so I have to go a little bit faster. This time we will be discussing interfaces. You are all familiar with classes. Now we will discuss interface. When we are talking about interface, you can think of it as a contract. Okay, as a contract, it defines a protocol of communication between two objects. Okay, an interface declaration can contain method signatures, default methods, static methods, and constant definitions. The only methods that have implementations are default and static methods. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll explain you with the help of an example. I'm not speaking right now, I'm just typing this. You can see, is it visible to you? I'm writing a small piece of program, okay, in order to explain you what interface is all about. Okay, Warif? Warif, can you hear me? Warif, can you hear me? Now you can see here we have created an interface called precedent. Okay, we have created an interface called precedent. Okay, here we have given age limit is equals to 50. Now you can see here this variable, that is age limit, is by default public. Even though you have not declared it public, but still it is public. Okay, and here you can see we have given its value also is equals to 50. This is mandatory because in case of interfaces, it is important to give declaration as well as definition both at the same time in case of variables. And in case of methods, these are the methods, win, poll and make law. Here you will just declare these methods. No need to give definition of these methods in case of interface. Okay. Now here we will give the method definition of win, poll and make law method. So you can think of, in general, you can think of interface as a contract. Suppose I'll give you an example. There are a number of situations in software engineering when it is important for disparate groups of programmers to agree to a contract that spells out how their software interacts. So each group should be able to write their code without any knowledge of how the other group's code is written. So generally speaking, you can think of interface as a contract between two. You can see, we don't know what it is all about. We have just declared these methods. We have not given the definition of these methods. The definition is given later on. Okay. Now, for example, let's take a real world example. Imagine a society where computer-controlled robotic cars transport passengers, okay, through city streets without human operator. Now, automobile manufacturers write software, since we are talking about Java, so of course Java in this case, so that operates the automobile and can perform functions like stop, start, accelerate, turn left, and so many functions are there. So another industrial group, electronic guidance instrument manufacturers, make computer systems that receive GPS, global positioning system, which position data and wireless transmission of traffic conditions and use that information to drive the car. So you can see here we have two different companies and they are not concerned about what other company is basically doing. Okay, so now the auto manufacturers must publish an industry standard interface that spells out in detail what methods can be invoked to make the car move. So you can see here we have an interface which acts as a contract between these two companies. So likewise, in our case, in Java programming, we create an interface which is not concerned about method definitions at all. We can declare methods, but there's no need to define those methods inside an interface. So in short, we can say that an interface defines a protocol of communication between two objects. You can say that an interface defines a protocol of communication between two objects. Okay, this is an interface. Okay, and now why it is used? See, when you are writing simple program, you may not think about the need of using an interface, but when you are building a larger system or library which keeps evolving, it is a good idea to use interface. Because you see, in case of Java, in case of C#, we do not have a concept of multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance cannot be implemented in Java programming, but by using interface, okay, we can allow multiple interface in Java programming as well. Any question? Any questions? It's clear. Now you see, this is the difference between class and interface. It is important to remember that all methods defined in the interface type are abstract. All methods are abstract. Let's go to previous slide. You see, here we have two methods, win, poll, and make law. These methods are abstract, firstly, are automatically public, are abstract. Then secondly, are automatically public. Go back to previous slide, you can see these methods are public. The next, do not have instance variable. This is important. In case of interface, okay, there is no instance variable. There is no object in case of interface. But in case of class, it is not necessary that all methods are abstract. It is not necessary that all methods are public. It can be private. It can be protected as well. And obviously classes have objects. They have instance variables. Okay. So this is the difference between class and interface type. And interfaces are more stable. You can see. So basically an interface declaration contains method signatures, default methods, static methods, and constant definitions. The only method that have implementations are default and static methods. Okay. A class that implements an interface must implement all the methods declared in the interface. This is important. Okay. Like in our case, we have two methods, win, poll, and make law. So it is important for a class to implement it should implement all the methods of the interface which is being declared over there. Okay. So that's why in this class we have defined these two methods. If you have any question, you may ask. About homework. You see, I'm in constant touch with the other colleagues, and once I'll get to know about it, I'll inform you surely. Okay. Right now means just go through the slides of which are given in weekly instructions, and I'll let you know about homework as soon as possible. We don't need to solve the homework in Blackboard. Interface in the first line, is it a, yes, interface is a reserve word, keyword. You have to use this keyword interface, yes. I see on Blackboard, homework given in Blackboard, see, I can't tell you right now because I don't have information about it. First of all, I'll make sure and then I'll let you know. Okay, what you have to do with your assignment and homework, whether you have to do the homework which is given on Blackboard, or we will be giving you some additional assignments. So till now, I can't tell you anything, but I'll let you know as soon as possible. Yeah, about book also. About book also, I'll inform you soon. Okay, I'll inform you. I'll make an announcement about it. Yes. Anything else? Okay, thank you all. Assalamu alaikum.